Hey guys, so I'm going to do another art journal page today. I thought that this time, because I have a quiet house, my kids are at the park with their dad, so I thought I would do it in real time, but I will speed things up. I'll explain first what I'm going to do and then I'll speed it up just so that this video doesn't take forever, because it does tend to take me a while to do a page. So I think I'm just going to have a little play today. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I want to play with some new stamps that I have. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of looking through and seeing what page I might want to work on. I'm kind of feeling this page, so I'm just going to do this page. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull out a few things to get me started, and then I'll probably just speed you up. Alright, so now that I've done a bit of stamping, you guys can probably tell that the stamping it's imperfect. I just kept a lot of the stamps on the actual clear packets just to stamp them, because when you use the acrylic blocks on the pages, it's a bit like lumpy, and so it can be hard to stamp. I did these ones like this so that I could get it to stamp the whole way. So when I did it on the packaging, it didn't give me a perfect impression, but I'm happy with that. And I just kind of did them randomly all over the page, and I think I'm just gonna use some of these paper scraps which I pulled out of my drawer and do a bit of collaging somehow. I think I'm gonna make this page kind of more vintage looking than what I've been doing lately, because I've been missing the vintage style, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and speed you up again. So today I didn't prep my page at all. I didn't use any gesso or anything. I mentioned in a video I did recently that the papers that I used to make this book aren't ideal, which I learnt the hard way because they started to tear as I was working in it. So I don't know if it's going to be able to hold the paint very well without gesso, but I want to test it because I'm wondering if the gesso is like just adding an extra weight to the paper, if that makes any sense, and maybe just making it too heavy. But we'll see. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do like with the paints, if I'm gonna do a lot of paint or I'm gonna do a little bit. I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see where it takes me. So I ended up punching out these little circles with my little circle punch, and I'm just sticking them randomly over the page. As you guys can tell, I don't plan too much. At least I'm trying not to plan too much as well, because I know that it can be easy to get caught up in trying to make the page have a certain outcome, but I'm trying to kind of be more intuitive with the art journal and just let the page happen as it happens, and just do whatever I feel like doing at that time without planning too much. So even I'm finding sitting here talking while I'm doing this to you guys is kind of helpful, because I'm not really thinking too much. It's kind of just happening as I'm speaking. So I guess that's the same with if you were to have some music playing in the background or something as you're art journaling. Just checking that I'm still filming. Okay, so now I think I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape. Let me have a look what I got here. So I think I'm going to pull out maybe a couple of brownie coloured tapes. And then maybe a couple of florals as well. So these are the tapes that I just pulled out. I'm just gonna stick them on the page to add extra patterns and to help reinforce some of the bits of scraps that I just put down. I think that also with the washi tape, it helps you bring your eyes in to the page, so kind of going to help me frame the page a little bit so that your eye isn't wandering. It kind of helps direct your eye a little bit, if that makes any sense. So I keep making sure that I'm filming, because I actually just film on my phone most of the time, and I run out of space on my phone really quickly because I take so many photos. So I'm always, that's why whenever I'm filming, a lot of the time my video gets cut because it just stops filming because I've run out of space. So that's why I'm always checking. So now I'm just gonna keep adding the washi, and I think because I've got the florals at the top, I want to balance that out and bring them down the bottom as well, and maybe a little bit more brown up here, and maybe a little bit more brown down the middle. So that's a really, really easy way to add patterns to a page, because you don't have to use glue, you really don't even have to cut the tape like me. You can just tear it. It's really, really, really easy, and it looks good, and it sticks all on its own. So I've been liking doing that lately as well, just to add an extra element to the page. So now that I have done that, I think I'm going to add a bit of paint, but I'm kind of liking the way this looks, so I'm not going to do anything too drastic, I don't think, but I'm going to speed you up. So I'm going to do the painting, but before I do that I just decided that I'm going to add a little bit of distress stains on here and see how I like the look of that. So I'm just going to add some of this. This is Vintage Photo Distress Stains, and you can see that it's taking to the page kind of funny because of the wet glue that I use, so it's darker in some areas like here, but I kind of like the way that that looks, so that's okay. And I'm actually about to grab some papers to put underneath these papers. Alright, so as I was explaining, my phone cut because I ran out of memory, so I had to go and move the video off so that I could make another video. Anyway, I don't think you really missed anything. I just did the distress stain, and then I went and grabbed a few things. I got my paint ready, and now I'm just going to mix up a colour. I just want like a beigey browny warm colour. So this will do. It was just a bit of yellow, like a warm yellow. What was this colour? What is this colour? Yellow oxide and some white. And I'm just going to sponge it on. I guess it's kind of like a creamy yellow colour. I'm just going to sponge this around the page and see what happens. So, oh, that's what I was doing. I was getting paper to put under the pages so that I can try and avoid the paint going onto the next page. That's what I was up to. So while I was waiting for my phone, I went and grabbed a few more things to use, so just like some more scrap paper and a journal card and stuff, which I will use on here, I think. So I feel like the paint, this spongy technique and this light colour is not having that much of an impact, but it is softening up like all the edges where all the different elements come together and just making it more uniform, I suppose, just bringing in all the different textures and all the different patterns so that it looks like a whole page. And now I also got some bubble wrap because I'm going to do that bubble wrap packaging technique. So I'm just going to put a bit of paint on here. I'm not sure what colour I'm going to do. Might do, kind of want to do like just black. So I'm going to do black and I'll just speed you up. Alright, so I did that. I love that. That turned out really cool. I've never actually done that before. I've seen people do it before and I really, really love how that turned out. I feel like that pulled the page together even more. So now I guess I'm going to let that dry and then I'll come back and add probably just the finishing touches to the page. Ow. Alrighty, so I just dried that a little bit with my heat tool. I'm just going to set it aside because it's still like the slightest bit wet, and I have an idea for what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make a little pocket to add a little secret journaling spot. So this is a journal card by Prima. All I'm going to do is fold it in half, and then I'm going to take my where is it? Punch that I used before. I'm just going to do a half punch at the top on one side of it so that it's going to make like a little pocket. All I'm going to do now is seal that pocket up with some washi tape first. So just a little bit down the side. And trim it off, and then I have to seal the bottom of it as well the same way. Again, washi tape is so handy, so quick and easy, and so like versatile. You can literally use it for everything. So there's my little pocket, and now I'm just going to use this scrap bit of paper and make like a little book to slide in there. Not really a book, just like a card. And I'm going to just trim that with my scissors because it doesn't need to be perfect, and that can slip into the pocket. That way, after I finish filming this video, I can add journaling inside there if I want to, or something. And then I'm just going to add that in as like a tip in, and I'm going to do that with washi tape. So I'm going to speed drop and do that. And then I think that will be it. So I'll just speed you up, finish off the video, and if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. Bye!